Hi everybody. Today's story is a bit of a continuation from my story from Saturday when I went to decorate my tree and the lights weren't working. So today's story, I worked a lot yesterday, but I did donate my tree yesterday. So that is the kind of story here, and it's going to work actually, where the fact that the lights aren't all working is not such a big deal because we're going to put it in the midst of other trees and stuff like that. So anyway, that's going to be the story. And if you remember, I need to keep this in mind. I'm going to use, and actually I should tell you this, I'm going to use a pocket page here with room for 2 4x4 photos, and then there's a strip here that has room for I think it's about a 2x8 strip. Just use my ruler here and I'll tell you. Yeah, if I do a 2x8 strip, this will fit in there. I have sometimes used this as a spot where I use it like a pocket for sequins and that kind of stuff, so you can definitely do that. You can either stitch it if you have a fuse tool, that's great, or I've used just washi tape and just sort of taped it shut, which has worked sort of successfully. I did that a couple years ago. I think now I would just sew it. The one thing I need to keep in mind is that I have this page sitting across from it, and I think I'm going to take that out because there's now if they don't match, I'm okay with that, because I can either leave it as is or I can put something in it, in front of it, a transparency or something to kind of distract from that. So I'm going to keep that in mind. I pulled out the things that I had with trees. So one of the things that I have, I think that might be nice to use, is I have these big acrylic trees from Elle Studio, and that might look really nice right here. And then I need some sort of journaling card. And I took a quick look before I started this, but there are no 4x4 journaling cards in this set. So I've just kind of, I've just kind of been playing this by ear about, okay, what would work here. And I have some thoughts. My first thought is that I go back to this idea where I took the back of a 4x6 and I put it, just cut up the grid. And then I could put washi tape and decorate that with trees as well, or something else. The one thing that about this that I was thinking originally was to do a tree on that and then just journal around it. But if I do a tree over here, even if I use one of these little trees, I think it might be too much, and I think the star might be too much. Yeah, I don't really particularly love that. That's okay. I also have wood veneer that I can use, to bring this in, but I'm not sure that I want to do that if I'm using an acrylic, because I think I really do want to use that. I did find this piece, and that might work, and maybe especially if I flip these blocks, maybe. We'll see. I might go back and forth on which is going to be land where, but I think part of it depends on what I'm going to put over here. So, and the other thing that I didn't show you, as I forgot, is I have this red paper, and now that I look at this, there's a little green tree border on this, so that could be kind of cute if I use that somehow. Thinking. So, I could do, add things like I could maybe put one of these puffy stickers up here that says either Merry Christmas or Merry and Bright or Joy, and that would be less distracting. So thinking about this blue would go back to this page, which I think would be nice, but then I need to think about what's going to go here. And I did pull this paper here. I could do that. I have in the past also journaled on this little pocket, by using labels. So I could put this in there as well. I'm not loving it here just because I don't like the repeat of these two colors together. It's a nice pink paper. I certainly don't have to use the tree paper on the tree page. That doesn't matter to me so much. I also pulled just some green, which I don't like with that either, so that eliminates that. I do have more of this paper again, this stripe that I used. I think I used that. Oh, here I used it behind the Joy card. So that'll repeat again, but I think that's fine. But I could use that behind this. And the thing I like about that is the car is red, the trees are green, and then we have blue here. So this brings all that together, and I really like that idea. The other thought I had was I could use a red. Then I'd probably want to get some green up in here somewhere. And I have just a plain red here as well that I thought I could use. But I like the idea of doing this 2-inch pocket here in a red. And as I'm looking at this, this is like the right size here. So I think what I'm going to do is quickly cut a 2-inch piece. That's almost easier said than done. And then I'm just going to use my scissors to get the rest of this cut for now. Okay. Now this is a little bit long. Which is a good thing because I cut it a little bit uneven when I used the scissors there. Okay, so just to kind of give myself, yeah, that'll fit well in there. So, you know, now that that's in here, I'm thinking about this, and I'm thinking I want the acrylic on the outside, and this would be a good spot to put my number for the day. So that's a good spot to put my 7. And maybe I'll do my 7 in a red. I like that idea. Okay, and then just for tomorrow, I'm going to have to back this again because this paper won't work. Sometimes it will, and I'm good with that. So we have that. That'll be good for the 7. I'm just going to look, and here I have, now I could do this one of 2 ways. I have this nice 7 here, this nice sparkly 7. And that's the right size. It's adding a lot of bulk on top of right there in my spine. So then I can go back to letter stickers and see if I happen to have a 7, which I do not in this one. And I think that that is my biggest red letter sticker. I don't think I have any other big red ones. So for now, I think I'm going to leave that as it is. Unless I have a foil alpha. Let me look at that. This 7 is a little smaller. The alpha that this is Pantry is the name of that one. And then this one is hardcover. Ooh, I got sticky stuff on that from the thicker. I don't like that. It's a little bit, let me take that, put that back on so you can kind of see it. It's a little bit thin, I think, for the tree. So I'm just gonna bite the bullet and put a lot of thickness right here. I have that 2-inch spine now, right? Remember? All right, so that, oh, and here, now I just thought about this. How am I gluing this acrylic piece down? That's going to be the other thing, because I'm going to want a pretty strong adhesive. Let me check this out, but I think you're going to be able to see. Actually, it's not too bad. Okay, that's down. I put my ATG behind it, and it's okay. Fortunately, it basically landed behind the 7, and you really can't tell. So that is now down. So next up, we have the card. What are we going to do up here? Or what am I going to do? The one thing that I'm looking at that I don't know that I'm completely wild about right now is that I have these lines, and then I have those lines, and it just feels a little bit too open or something, too white. Look at this, I'm being tricky. Ooh, okay. I like that tree in there. So I'm going to cut a 4x4 piece of that. Isn't it funny how I thought I didn't like it, but then when I tried it again, I really did. And pardon my distraction there. Okay, so now I have this 4x4 piece here, and I'm just gonna tuck this in and make sure this works in here. Just, I want to make sure it's not too wide. Nope, it's fine. Okay, might need, I think the thing is that this piece is not straight. I'll be right back. I think that will cure the problem I was having there. There goes my not straight paper cutter again, causing me problems. Okay, so now I need to figure out how am I going to journal on that piece. So I know that I have some green labels, and I just have to figure out where they are. Okay, so here's the labels I have. That's cute. I like that. These came from, I think they're Recollections. Yeah, they're Recollections, but these are, oh, probably 3 years old, but I have them in both red and green. And I could do the candy stripe, but I'm not going to because I think that's too distracting with that one. Now, I am going to use, excuse me, a combination of cream and white, which I don't always like to do, but I'm going to do it today. And I think, remember I said to you we'd see how this worked out about how I put these in the pockets, and I like that. I like the weight of the red on the bottom here. Okay, next I want to embellish up here, and figure that out. And I think this tree is wrong for that. I don't like the limey green of this, and when I'm looking at this, I think I need to get in, and that Merry Christmas, too late for that. I think I need to get some red back in here. So there is a huge red star in here. Which I do like that. And And Merry and Bright in the red would look good on this, but I don't know that I want to, you know, that doesn't make sense to me. The other thing is I'm thinking about some blue, maybe. Like, is there a way I could get some blue in there? There's a little piece here in the cutouts that came from Joyful that says the story. So that could work. The other thing I'm going to do is, this is old, I bought these on sale. These are some Chickanitty tags from their Jolly Good collection, which is, I think that was 2014. You can see I need to use up some of my stuff here. Remind me next year not to actually buy any more die cuts. And I just saw, this is too bad. Here's one that says Tree Hunt. That would have been perfect for my page about shopping for my tree, but that's fine. Here's a little die cut that says Spread the Christmas Cheer. Let's see. I don't love the green though. I think if I had more of the limey green on here, that'd be okay, but I don't. I'm looking for blue, looking for blue. Okay, here's a pack of the let's see, what is this? This is a pack of ephemera from Joyful, from Elle Studio Joyful. And I'm just going to look and see what blue I have in here. And the blue in here is a lot of, it's cold outside and that kind of stuff. Wonder if, see, like winter has arrived and that kind of stuff. But I do have a label here that I could combine somehow, maybe, or a little label for a little bit more blue in here. Not sold on it. Maybe what I just need to do is add some stickers. The one thing I'm kind of disturbed, there we go. I think I need to get this because I don't love the way, I know this is acrylic, you're supposed to see behind it. I don't mind it there. I don't like it there because you're seeing just part of that. So I think it really needs to come up here and do that. And again, I'm going to have that issue of how am I going to put that on here, which is something I didn't think about. I'm also looking because I have that washi tape in blue, but I don't think that's the right thing. I think either leave blue off or use enamel stuff. Let's see. I have some labels from I have some snap caps from Daily Flash October Afternoon Eggnog. And again, these are a few years old. But there's one that says Jingle Jingle. And it kind of goes back to this color over here. I wish you could tell me what you think. Because I'm going back and forth about it. I kind of like it, but I kind of don't like it. Part of the problem I'm having is I don't like the dead space in this. But now that I'm looking at it, I kind of like that. So, okay, so that's good. Now the question is, do I want to do anything on the photo here to enhance that? I'm just going to look here and see if there's anything that I could use. So October Afternoon does a cool thing, if you don't know about this, but their pieces are usually plain on the back. So if you don't like the sentiment, like this one says do not open until 12/25, and that doesn't fit, but this side might. So I always have to kind of look. Here's a cute one that says Santa's Little Helper. And that's pink, but I think it's getting lost on the photograph there. So I don't know that there's anything here that I like, but always worth a look. Oh, this one also says, there's one here that says the story, and there's one here that goes like this. Now, did I use, I wonder if I used the story earlier, like a couple days ago, or if I'm just thinking I was thinking about it. So, and now I understand that I'm going to be putting the story down here if I do that, but let's cut it off and see what I think. There's also a little green one where I could put the Mary details. Oh, I don't know that that's that Mary though, because it was kind of a sad reason for me having to do that. There is one that says good cheer in red. There's a lot going on in this photo. I'm trying to use stuff. So that's why I keep trying really hard to find something to work here. Since I have so much stuff. Let's see. There's a plain tag in here. Oh, and this is kind of cool. There's another tree shape there, but too late. And there's a tag. Yeah, these are kind of see-through vellum pieces, so I was kind of thinking about that. There are pieces in here. See, one says enjoy these moments. Oh, here's something that might work. Okay. This is not the piece I wanted, but it came out, so let's look. No, there's a banner here. Ooh, too much with the stripes. If the stripes were going this way, maybe, but yeah, I don't like it like that. Okay, I might be trying too hard to get something on here. There's a little tree here. We could put that there. Jingle, jingle, jingle. Joy, ho, ho, Trinity. The other thing I should look at is my printables. Now that I think about it, because maybe there's something in those. And now it's a matter of finding them, because I keep moving them around. Because I have printables that go with the Elle Studio collections. So, Celebrate Joy found here. No. I think I'm trying too hard. And I'm not going to find something. Although, looks like there's a green heart in here. Oh, and there's a blue heart and a blue star. Okay. So let's look at these pieces because these might work. And I just realized I might be too low for you here, so we have this little thing that says Jingle Jingle. That blue star almost disappears on that. It would work on that, but I think it's too light. There's a green star here that we could use to echo that, but that blue star again here, really like it, but it's gonna get lost, and I don't think I'm gonna like it on there. That's getting too busy up here. So it's the green heart or nothing. And it's or nothing. All right. I just think it's enough. There's a lot going on in this photo because I just took it with the hatch open. So let's get this card done. Figure out how I'm going to get that star on here. This would be one of those cases that if you could put this through some sort of laminator or something. I think you can use Scotch Quick Dry on these as well, now that I think about it, and I don't think you see it. So my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive, which now has been renamed to Tacky Glue, and it dries clear. It comes out white, but it dries clear. I use mine in a fine line applicator bottle. You can buy the Scotch Quick Dry at like Michael's and Hobby and Craft stores. The fine line bottle I bought at Hobby Lobby in like the model section where you do model cars and that kind of stuff. I have the blue one. There is a yellow one where the applicator is a little bit bigger, a little wider, but if you have the blue one and you put the Quick Dry or the Tacky Glue in there, just put a couple drops of water in there, and I've never had a problem since I've done that. I had a problem at first with it coming out. So I think what I'm going to do is spread this all over this and hope that this really is going to be okay. I'm trying to get it kind of even. Okay, and now I'm just going to hold that down for a little bit. Then the fine line, if you have one of these, don't let it sit very long without you putting the needle back in the needle tip, or it will close on you. And that's a pain. I've not had it happen, but I've seen plenty of scrapbookers have that happen. Okay, so the good thing is this, it's glued. And I think it glued my Jingle Jingle down pretty well, but I'm going to pop a little bit of HTG right there. If I'd been smart, I just would have put the Scotch Quick Dry right behind. Okay, so that's good. Really, basically, I'm done except for the journaling. One thing I'm going to need to be careful of is this is a slick surface here, so I'll use my Slick Writer to journal on here. But other than that, day 7 is done, and it sits next to day 6, and I think it does a nice job of pulling some of that blue back over to this side. And I'm thinking, now that I'm looking at this, that I might want some enamel dots up here. So let me grab some and see what we think. And I think I like maybe the bright bluey greeny. I think I had this problem the other day, didn't I? That I didn't have the right blue and I had to look. So I could do a lighter blue there and just actually use some of these. Or I could go back and see if I can find the greeny blue that I used the other day. Which that was not it. Here's an old package of My Mind's Eye enamel dots. Let's just use some of these, I think. Oh, and maybe that's what we'll do, is we'll put them up around here. one there, one down here. There we go. That's nice. I like how that looks. And now the card just feels a little bit more finished to me. And that's me. But anyway, all right. So I will finish the journaling up. I'll take some pictures and then we'll get the video edited so you can see it. Hope you're all well, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Bye.